Bonjour, mes amis, and welcome to the Rendezvous, the Cajun radio and TV show. Live from the historic Liberty Theater in downtown Eunice, Louisiana. I'm pleased to announce that we have performing for you this evening the Cajun Tradition Band with Jamie Berzos. This program, the only one of its kind, is sponsored by the City of Eunice, the Jean Lafitte National Historic Park and Preserve, the St. Landry Parish Tourist Commission, the Cajun French Music Association, John Guillory Allstate Insurance of Eunice, and the Best Stop Supermarket of Scott, Louisiana. My name is Ray Landry, and I will be your host for this evening. And now let's give a warm welcome to our band, Cajun Tradition Band. Oh, yeah. I like that me. All the way on the other side of the bass guitar is Mr. Glenn Richard right there. And on the drums back there is Madeline Berzos. Mr. Henry Hampel right there on fiddle. And of course, everybody knows Jamie Berzos right there. Cajun Tradition Band, been playing for a long time, Chef. How many years, buddy? Get closer to the microphone. You're not a stranger to the microphone.
Oh, let's see, 1979 to now, that would be 34 years about, almost 35.
34. That's great. I remember back in the day when.
My age now.
Yeah, well, I remember back in the day when we were all looking for some place to learn and to play. So one of our favorite spots was the Main Street Lounge in Basile, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. That was the most amazing place. I went there one night and said, I thought I died and went to Cajun musician heaven. The proprietor of the Main Street Lounge would open it up on Thursday and Friday. We had the jam session on Thursday nights. It was amazing to see Nathan Abshar, me with Jamie, me, everybody, the Balfour brothers, Dewey Balfour, the whole brothers were there. Everybody was there. It was totally amazing. I don't think it was back in the day before we had a chance to film all that stuff. So, but we'd be rich if we had a video camcorders back in that day. I tell you. Okay, enough talking. The Bayou Tosh, Bayou. I washed my tongue this morning. I can't do a thing with it this afternoon. La voz de Bayou Tesh. La voz de Bayou Tesh. Beautiful, Jamie. Beautiful. Glenn, come up to the microphone just a second, T. Come up to that microphone just. Glenn Richard on. You hot? Glenn Richard on bass right there. Been playing music, Cajun music for a long, long time.
Been playing about 50 years.
Really? Damn, you don't even look that old. That's a good thing. So you did some time with Dewey Balfour at Mulat's. How many years you worked with him?
I worked with Dewey about 4 years, I believe.
You know, and we were talking about that, you and I, you know, back in the day. I keep referring to back in the day that I remember when Cajun music was sort of like a regeneration of Cajun music when the Balfours, when Dewey was playing at Mulat's. Now it's Pomeroy's. You couldn't find a place to sit down. There was no place to sit down, except next to Glenn on the bandstand. That wasn't allowed. Did you do some things with Octa Clark and them as well? You didn't?
With who?
Octa Clark?
Yes, I sure did.
Yeah, I thought you did too. And he was also a member of that circuit at Mulat's back in the day. I remember going to Mulat's, and Octa Clark and Hector Douillon was the accordion player and the fiddle player. You have to imagine this when they would get down. They both had walkers. They had walkers. They would go like this with the walkers and walk all the way to the bandstand, both of them. and they would crank out some of the most exciting Cajun music there was on the planet. It was totally amazing. And then they'd get their walker, and they would, at the end of the gigs, they would leave. We should be so lucky. Kip was Glenn was a part of that circuit there back in the day. I remember seeing him all the time. Great to see that you're still playing Cajun music.
Well,
Okay,
I
sorry.
sure hope I could play long after I can't walk.
That's right.
Because the walking part's going to be soon, I guess.
Okay, talking about Dewey Balfour, we're going to do a song that was recorded and written by Dewey Balfour, When I Was Poor. Quand j'étais pauvre.
Quand j'étais petit, joli et bien capable, parce que moi j'étais pauvre, elles sont tous les parents. Et là j'ai eu la chance, et moi j'ai fait de l'argent. N'importe où je vais aller, ça va me cotiser. Quand même je suis pas jolie, quand même je suis pas capable, n'importe que j'ai l'argent, ça va me cotiser. Go to it, Henry.
Can you talk at all, Randy? Get by that microphone. You know you love. I want to tell the people about RENDEZ01 right there. You know, are you hot? Is Randy hot over there?
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, okay. You know, Randy started playing. Actually, been playing a long time as well. How many years you been playing? Long.
44.
Wow, that's a long time. One of the original members and still a member of the Lafayette Rhythm Devils. Him and Pepe Carmelo and all those guys originally started that band out. Now, you know, of course, we lost Pepe in a tragic automobile accident. And, of course, the Lafayette Rhythm Devils live on, for sure.
Yeah.
And Randy had written a song, a free song two-step, that won Song of the Year 2 years ago of CFMA?
2012.
2012, yes, 2 years ago. Won Song of the Year with the CFMA, so that's the man that did it, RENDEZ01 right there.
Thank you.
Excellent vocalist. Jamie is caught in a tight spot tonight because Randy normally would do a lot of the songs, and he's got some kind of something wrong with frog in his throat. He's got the whole family in his throat, the toads, the frogs, and everything else. So. Okay, les petits yeux noirs. Henry's gonna do that for us. Les petits yeux noirs, chat.
Après pleurer avec un cœur aussi cassé, parce que j'avais rêvé de mes chers petits yeux noirs qui est parti à va jouer sans revenir. Après midi, je suis assis dessous de ma galerie. Après goûter le soleil, après se coucher, je m'ennuie et je m'endors de mes chers petits yeux noirs. C'est ça qui fait que mon cœur est si cassé.
One of my favorite songs for sure. Les petits yeux noirs. Then we have on fiddle over there, we have Henry Hampel. You might not know, you might know the story of Henry Hampel. He's originally from New York. And then he would come here. Like so many good musicians come to Lafayette or come to Cajun Country to play the festivals. And that's exactly what Henry would do. Excuse me. I think back in the day he was playing with Jesse up in New York, coming down here to play for some of the festivals. Et avec tout ça, il est venu ici un jour pour jouer la musique. Et là, il a tombé dans l'amour avec une petite gamine qui vient de appelez ça Sunset. Il est tombé dans l'amour avec elle. Il a quitté New York là-bas. Il a marié. Et là, après ça, c'était foutu. Il reste ici, à Stir. Après, he's here. I'm going to speak English a little bit because I'm getting in trouble with the French. But Henry come all the way over here to play Cajun music, fell in love with a young Cajun girl. They got married and now living in...
outside of Arnaudville.
Outside of Fornier, a place called Prairie de Femmes. They live in an old mansion. You talk about a beautiful place. I think Henry and them might live in 1/3 of that whole mansion, way back in the woods. It's a beautiful place. Anyway, what Henry does for a living is play music naturally, but he's also an excellent music teacher. So if you have a young kid or even an adult, if you're interested in learning the fiddle, the accordion, the guitar, the bass, any stringed instrument out there, Henry's the man to see.
I'm also teaching Cajun fiddle classes at LSUE.
Yes, I saw that on
Yeah.
your on Facebook. I saw that. So
Yeah, so
he's
we're-
teaching. Yeah, he's teaching fiddle lessons over there as well. But he also teaches private lessons as well. So did you know that your father-in-law, John Olivier, used to be the mayor of Opelousas,
Of Sunset.
of Sunset?
Yeah,
Yes,
he was the
yes.
mayor of Sunset for 44 years in
Yes.
a row.
Do you know that John Olivier was his father-in-law, who incidentally still lives, was one of the original committee members that started Festivals Acadiens way back in the year and way back in the day. And before then, before it was called Festivals Acadiens et Creole, it was called Tribute to Cajun Musicians Festival. Can you imagine having a festival? The very first festival was at Blackham Coliseum. They had arranged everything at the Blackham for you not to dance. How was that possible? How can they keep Cajuns from dancing? I think the part of the book I'm in is the most interesting book put out by Barry Onsley. And then they knew right after a while that, well, actually they sort of outgrew themselves, and they ended up at the Gerard Park. And it started from there. But they have a little atrium at Gerard Park that was originally started off. Then after that, it grew into this massive Festival Acadien that it is today. So I'm going to let you know something more about that book in a little bit. Allons à Lafayette. Let's go to Lafayette, Mr. Henry Hempel.
Allons à Lafayette, mais pour changer ton nom, on va t'appeler Madame, Madame Gana comme moi. Petite fille, t'es trop mignonne pour faire ta criminelle. Pour faire, tu me fais tout ça, oh oui, merci, ma.
Yes, sir. Allons à Lafayette. It's an old Alain Chauget song. One of my favorites for sure.
You're watching KDCG, uniquely Acadiana, a Delta Media station.